A surprise Rangers exit could be brewing this summer after a key figure admitted he cannot guarantee he'll still be at Ibrox next season. Let's break this down. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Bojan Miovski has broken his silence on his future amid growing uncertainty over his role in Danny Role's plans, and his comments are sure to raise eyebrows among the Rangers support. Miovski arrived in Glasgow last summer with high expectations, but despite scoring an impressive 13 goals in 43 appearances, much of his campaign was spent watching from the sidelines. The situation has only become more complicated following Rangers' capture of long-term target Lawrence Shankland, a signing that appears to have pushed Miovski even further down the pecking order. Now the 27-year-old has admitted he wants significantly more game time and refused to completely dismiss the possibility of a move away from Ibrox. Reflecting on his first season at the club, Miovski said, "I'm pleased with my goal-scoring output considering my playing time, as I believe that I lacked continuity and a run of matches in the starting lineup to find better rhythm and score more goals." The striker revealed his frustration at spending much of the second half of the season on the bench, insisting every player wants to be starting regularly rather than playing a supporting role. While he acknowledged the fierce competition that comes with representing a club of Rangers stature, Miovski made it clear he is determined to fight for his place and prove to Danny Role that he deserves a bigger role. However, it was his comments on his future that could spark speculation. When asked about what lies ahead, Miovski delivered a telling response. "You can't rule out anything regarding my future, but I've got a 3-year contract with Rangers and would definitely like to feature more prominently next season rather than sit on the bench." Those words leave the door firmly open to a potential transfer twist should opportunities fail to materialise in Glasgow. With Shankland now added to an already competitive attacking department, Miovski faces a huge battle to secure regular starts. The striker insists he has spent his entire career proving doubters wrong and remains hungry for success. But with his desire for more minutes now out in the open, Rangers could soon face an important decision on one of their most effective goal scorers. Could Rangers really be preparing to lose one of their forwards just a year after bringing him to Ibrox? Miovski's comments suggest all options remain on the table, and if his playing time doesn't improve under Danny Role, interest from elsewhere could quickly intensify. The big question now is whether he'll force his way back into the starting 11, or whether these comments are the first signs of a shock summer departure. Before we get into our next story, if you are enjoying today's video and you would like to see more and stay updated with the latest Rangers news, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a video. Thank you, let's get back into the video. Just when it looked like Chermiti had become one of the untouchables in Danny Role's Rangers project, a shock transfer twist has emerged from Turkey. According to reports, Turkish giants Besiktas are preparing to open negotiations with Rangers over a move for the 22-year-old striker. However, it's the proposed structure of the deal that is likely to raise eyebrows among the Ibrox faithful. Rather than testing Rangers' resolve with a permanent offer, Besiktas are reportedly hoping to land Chermiti on loan, allowing them to assess whether he fits their system before committing to a long-term transfer. The Super League side are actively strengthening their squad as they look to mount a serious title challenge next season, and they've identified the Rangers forward as their preferred option to bolster their attack alongside Hyung-Woo. It's easy to see why Chermiti has caught their attention. The Portuguese striker possesses the physical attributes that many clubs across Europe crave. His strength, aerial ability, and raw potential have reportedly impressed the Besiktas hierarchy, who believe he perfectly fits the profile they're looking for. But from a Rangers perspective, this is where the story takes a dramatic turn. A loan move simply makes little sense for the Glasgow Giants. Only months ago, questions were being asked about whether Chermiti could justify the significant investment Rangers made when they brought him to Ibrox from Everton. Fast forward to now, and the striker has completely transformed the narrative surrounding his future. His end-of-season form was nothing short of sensational. 2 hat-tricks, including a spectacular volley against Falkirk, showcased a player growing in confidence and beginning to fulfill the enormous potential that convinced Rangers to spend £8 million on him in the first place. More importantly, Rangers aren't dealing with a player who has reached his ceiling. They're dealing with a 22-year-old whose value appears to be rising with every passing month. That's why the latest reports feel so surprising. Allowing Chermiti to leave on loan would mean Rangers absorbing all the risk and investment, while another club benefits from his continued development. For a player who has finally found momentum and established himself as a genuine attacking weapon, it would be a puzzling decision at a time when Danny Röhl is looking to build a squad capable of returning Rangers to the top. And there's another key detail that shouldn't be ignored. Rangers reportedly rejected a staggering £13 million bid from Fenerbahce during the January transfer window, less than 6 months after signing Chermiti. That decision alone highlights just how highly the club rate the striker and how confident they are in his long-term value, which makes Besiktas' proposed loan formula feel even more unrealistic. Rangers invested heavily in a project. That project is now beginning to deliver results. With Chermiti's stock rising rapidly and his best years still ahead of him, it would take something extraordinary to convince Rangers to sanction any kind of exit this summer. For now, this is definitely a situation Rangers fans will want to keep a very close eye on. Whether Besiktas' interest develops into a serious pursuit remains to be seen. But one thing is clear, Rangers hold all the cards in this situation. After investing heavily in Youssef Chermiti and finally seeing the striker explode into life at Ibrox, there is little reason for the club to entertain a loan proposal that offers minimal benefit. With his value climbing, his performances improving, and Danny Röhl building for the future, Chermiti looks far more likely to be a key part of Rangers' plans than a player heading for the exit door. Unless Besiktas return with an offer too good to ignore, this is a transfer saga that could be over before it truly begins.